Hey everyone, welcome back. This evening, we're going to do a full shave with Barbus cream. I'll be using the Focus Dynamic, which is currently on loan to me thanks to Marion the Barbarian. I have that whipped up in the Fine Accoutrements bowl here with the Craving Shaving Chop Travel Brush with, I believe this was the, fan fiction version 1 knot. I believe Charles is going to release a V2. And it may have slightly overhydrated this cream, because this knot is super thick. So my last video, I used Barbus, the soap. This video, Barbus cream. If you haven't heard, Big Dude Barbus has regretfully contracted the corona. So, in order to show support, I'm using Barbus products for an unofficial Barbus week. I hope he gets feeling well soon, makes a quick recovery. So Big Dude Barbus, this is for you. Get well soon, my friend. Hopefully your symptoms aren't super bad. Now, the cream, I've used this cream before in the Big Dude Barbus challenge, where we were all just kind of showing support to the Barbus dude. And I was using I was using kind of broken English a little bit and having fun with it. But the cream really is a dang good product. It whipped up very fast. Razor, one thing with the Focus Dynamic is it has a pivoting head. But this is when you actually want to use pressure. So some people put it on here going very light. It's not as efficient as you want it. You actually want to put it in kind of press. So you want that pressure, you want that clicking sound, which I know some people are gonna go, ooh, clicking sound, and click right away. Bye, that's fine. This is a very mild razor. I'm not sure what the blade gap is on here, but there's zero blade fill whatsoever. But if you're looking for a quick shave, or you just want to put something in, shave and go, this isn't a bad option. Because really, you can put pressure with this, and you will. I'm not gonna say you can't cut yourself. It's difficult to cut yourself, and it is cutting. I can see stubble here. The feedback on here is not bad. Loading the blade's a little fiddly. Because there's no posts or anything. Wow, that took it off. I can't remember what blade is in here. I used this once on my face, once on my head before. So it's just kind of been sitting there on my counter, waiting to be used again. So I can't remember what blade is in here. I want to say it's one that I normally use. I'll have to see if I can figure it out, because this is the last time I'm going to use this blade. It's gone after this. First pass went really well. Very comfortable. Very smooth. Maybe I got a little irritation there. I've had some irritation on my neck recently. So I'm not going to hold that. It's nothing to do with the cream or the Barbus soap. I think I was just overextended a blade a few times recently. Cream up very nicely. You can tell, and I think, as I mentioned, it's slightly overhydrated this. Or I got it nice and wet. And I'm using a super high dense Badger synthetic mix. Actually, now that I think about it, this is not the Fanfiction 1.0. That was a tester knot that Charles got when he was looking at doing the Fanfiction 1.0. This is a Fanfiction that I used the other night. Beautiful knots, by the way. Nice and soft, but still plenty of backbone. This tester is a little bit of a lather hog. It doesn't want to release the lather as easily. But it works. It's really good for face lathering. But I want to bowl lather tonight. You can see razor's making nice work of the growth here, a little over 24 hours of growth. Trinsing it off nicely. Lather's a little thinner on the face than I normally like. But again, that's user error, not cream error. Getting all kinds of soap residue on here. Now, one thing I like with the Focus brand razors is they do recommend taking a half DE blades that's been snapped in half, not a superglue blade. So they want the blade that's been snapped. And on the instructions that I could find, because I mentioned I am borrowing this razor, is it has take the tabs that are pointed down and put them on the base plate, kind of away, kind of point the broken parts or the tabs that are left down or on the base plate, and the type cap just slides on. Which, in theory, is supposed to load fairly easily. But it's a nice, relatively simplistic design. The razor itself is extremely well balanced. It's standing up on the counter. And if you saw the thumbnail, it's standing on the counter with the blade loaded in. And it stands there just fine, just like the Focus Slim Chevette. So if you look at this, so the head slides off. It's just being held on by those two little pins. And when I'm done with this, I'll take it apart because I'm tossing this blade after this shave. If you hear that, the first one, I didn't have any pressure on it. It just skipped over that. So you want a little bit of pressure. So if you are someone who's been in wet shaving for a while, forget what you know about light touch. You want pressure with this razor. You kind of want to hear that clicking from the head going back and forth. This soap is, or this cream is so slick I can't grab my cheek to stretch. There we go. Guess I need some more surface. But this is doing very well. Barbus is really good stuff. Seriously, if you have not tried Barbus, try Barbus. As always, link below. If you're interested in this razor, links below. You can get this at the Superior Shave, where I believe Marion bought this one. I've seen, I think Fedrahan has this as well. They carry the Focus line. Not sure who else does. Here I've had irritation for almost a week and it's getting annoying. But if you want a mild razor that, if you're coming off irritation, but you still want that dang near BBS or BBS shave, it's not a bad one to look into. It does take a little bit getting used to as far as technique. But and one thing that's also cool is I found if I hold it right here, that just gives me a nice little pivot point. Makes it feel real balanced in the hands. Nice. Oh, so I was talking to Charles earlier today being Monday. We'll see this on Tuesday. So for you that are watching yesterday, on Wednesday, we are doing a dual live shave on Instagram. But we're going to talk about nerdy things. So Charles and I are both on the geeky side of the realm. So this Wednesday, we're going to be discussing or talking about all things Star Wars. Other topics we have kind of rolled around discussing are Dungeons and Dragons or D&D, Stranger Things, Comic-Cons, those Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, those kind of general nerdy, geeky things. So if those things interest you, I think we're doing it 8 o'clock Mountain Time, CDB. So that'd be 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And I said Mountain Time because that's where I live. And Charles lives 40 minutes from my house. So overall, not a bad shave. Now, is this one I'd use all the time? No. It's a nice razor. Surprisingly, it is. Not surprisingly by quality or anything else, it provides a great shave once you get used to it. So as you saw there, saw the growth beforehand, 24 hours on a blade that needs to be bent. Took it down really well, relatively easily. So we're gonna drain the sink. Sorry for running water there again. I'm just gonna clean this off a little bit from the residue. Just do a quick cold water rinse. Barbus cream, really good stuff. Easily recommend it. See, overall, my usual trouble spots still have hair. But I get that with the above the tie Calypso on the H plate or the heavy or the Mercure Future. I still end up getting hair in these trouble spots. No matter how many times I go over it in any direction, there's always hair left over. I can never get true BBS. And yet here I am still trying. But we're gonna call that good. So we finished off there. I am prepared this time. I have my witch hazel. So we'll do some witch hazel. We'll finish it off with what I have. I grabbed some random sample of a bay rum aftershave. I say random sample because when I first started, I ended up winning a huge giveaway that had a ton of like samples and blades and that kind of stuff in it. And one of them was the Clubman Bay Rum. I've since used that one and put a little unknown Bay Rum into this because this had the atomizer. So I'll be using the Bay Rum here. As expected, zero sting. I believe this is alcohol based. I've used it in the past and it has burned when I've gotten a little too close to the blood, as Ewan would say. And I'm going to be finishing that off with some Moon Soap's Unscented Balm. Now with Moon Soap's, because this is, you probably can't see it, it's really liquidy. I found this is also a tip from Marion, thank you Marion. Get your hands wet, can rub it around a little bit. This one is one of the ones they had a hard time getting, so the pump takes a little bit of pressure to get out. It's almost liquid. I mean, I would barely call this a balm. It's more of a thick splash. I just take it, rub it on my hands, and then kind of massage that in the face. Because it's unscented, it goes with everything. This is a good second alternative for me. I mean, I like Moon Soap's products a lot, but I still say my number one post is Star Jelly. That's where I like the best, because I like that menthol feel to it. I want that menthol post shave. I don't care if it's like right now, January and cold outside. I want menthol. Anyway, that's the shave, guys. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Next week, or next video that I release, I'll be doing a shave with this. This is the Kurenai Kamasori Shivette. And I think this has be a second use crown saloon blade. So, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time. So, I forgot. And I said I was going to take this off and show you how that works. So with this, as mentioned, you can see the back post there. So you just slide that, maybe. Not so well. So in theory, just slide that off, and then the top, or the cap should pop off, but it is wet. So it's being a little fiddly. But you can see there, you just slide that, and it's supposed to just pop right off. First trying to do this on camera, there we go. So it pops off. You do have to mess around a little bit. It's a very, very tight tolerance. That is one thing that I like with Focus products, is that they have a very tight tolerance. So you have that, and I can let that dry. Oh, it's a Persona, okay. So there's the cap. So what I did when I put this on is I just put this, you can see the nubs are facing the top cap. Just put that in. Then what I did is I put this on a towel on the counter and put this down so the spots were here, and then just let it closed. Now I will say, when the blade is first inserted and you have the little parts on the blade that are from breaking in half, you can maybe see, probably not, the little indent or the little curvature to the back here. That makes it so the blade, so the top cap is a little bit more difficult to close, meaning as it is extremely snug and secure fit. So Focus products are phenomenal for that. They have very, very tight tolerance, which is awesome. Now when the blade is out, that just slides very easily, like the Focus limb. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this evening, guys. Thank you all, and again, catch you all next time.